This is an opinion video on the murder of Troy Davis. And I like to hear people call it an execution. An execution implies the person is guilty. This was the epitome of an innocent man being lynched. There were recants of testimonies, 7 eyewitnesses recanting. This was the only bit of evidence against Troy Davis, and yet clemency was not granted. He was not pardoned. He wasn't released. The Georgia court system was determined to put him to death. The last-minute plea went straight to what many people want to refer to as the Supreme Court. We need to call it something else because there's nothing supreme about it. I'm more supreme than that damn court. I'm infinitely more supreme than them. And I'm infinitely better than them, because I would never sink so low as to make such a horrible decision. To put this innocent man to death. And I know why he was murdered. He was born black. Born black, insane. Since he didn't do nothing to nobody, he was an easy target for blame. The cops in Georgia are involved in MacPhail's death. They're involved in that murder. They were involved, deeply involved. They hired the guy that actually did it. I know they did. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been so determined to convict Davis when he wasn't guilty. Why'd they go so far to convict him if they weren't involved in the murder themselves? Same with Scalia and Clarence Thomas. I believe these two men were intimately involved in the death of that police officer, which is why they wanted him dead, why they wanted Davis dead, why they were determined to murder him no matter what. Amidst all the calls for clemency, they were ignored. Completely ignored. And he was murdered anyway. Night the lights went out in Georgia. That song is, if not before, now is based on a true story. Now more than ever. Now more than ever. Georgia has not become better after that song was released. But, there are people saying, I am Troy Davis. I can understand why they're saying that. And I also could very easily become a Troy Davis myself. I could be the next one. Cops could end up killing somebody and blame what for it. I'd get the blame. I'd be put in prison. Courts could be, determined to sentence me to death because I have views from the other side. I'm hardcore, left-wing liberal. Something these guys hate and cannot stand. They'll do anything to kill me. Don't think they won't do it. Don't think I will not be the next Troy Davis. I think there is a good possibility I could end up being the next Troy Davis. I think the odds of that are fairly high. How many hippies were killed in the 1960s opposing the Vietnam War? It's not like the cops left hippies alone. But we can't give up. We gotta keep fighting for the innocence of these people. We gotta make sure the death penalty is abolished. It serves no practical purpose. There is no reason to put anyone to death. Bad, worse, whatever. There's no reason for that. And that's what I think.